Remember when Vance said this?
Effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies who are miserable at their own lives and the choices that they've made, and so they want to make the rest of the country miserable too.
So I've been thinking more about that as a step parent and bio parent for over 30 years. Obviously, he's playing to his Christo-fascist base, and they're hung up on gender roles and committed to rolling back women's rights and demonizing gay and trans people as reproductive chaos agents. But I don't think this line would have landed so hard with his base out of hatred and othering alone. I think it also landed on a nerve, a tender spot, a fault line of heteronormative jealousy in capitalism, which is that parenting can really suck because it consists of vast amounts of labor that capitalism needs to make invisible. So this is unpaid caregiving labor that keeps everything running. The culture sells you on the Norman Rockwell dinner table, and you have to pay the bill. So if you're a childless cat lady, JD Vance is trying to laugh at you, but the truth is he represents a demographic that has no clue about all the work you do. But more importantly, they hate your freedom from the time commitments, the worry and stress, responsibility, the disappointment of raising more capitalists. And I think the secret might be that maybe they don't even like what they're doing. Maybe they don't think it's worth it. Maybe they actually resent their children, secretly thinking of them as parasites. And this secret feeling violates every ideal that they have. And let's be real. It's the conservative who winds up resenting their child more because it's the conservative who wants more to mold the child in their own image. And if the child has a soul, they're going to say, I think the key to getting this is that Vance is implying that women and gay men without children are selfish. And of course, there are many reasons why a person might not have children, from poverty to infertility to personal preference. For some, not having children might be the best choice for them. And for others, there might be grief over infertility or regret over missed opportunities. You just never know. And it's none of your business. The most thoughtful reason might be that after a thorough reflection on one's capacities and limitations, one concludes that they may not be suited to parenthood. Now, if everyone was that mindful, the total number of nuclear families might decline, but general family happiness might go up. So why do you accuse someone you know nothing about of selfishness? Because you think you're being taken advantage of. And in capitalism, you're usually right. So Vance's insult is in the territory of every accusation is a confession, where a person who might feel miserable tries to make themselves feel better by imagining that someone else feels miserable. Now, to me, the comment is pernicious because it insults childless people. It relegates women to reproductive function only. But the other thing that it does is that it tries to drive a wedge between parents and non-parents. And we need solidarity between parents and non-parents. Parenting is really hard. And if you're not up to the spiritual challenge of it, you'll wind up bitter. But it's also really hard just living as a human being in any circumstance. Having or not having children doesn't define any of that. All the conditions of our lives do that altogether. Ideally, people with and without children should express solidarity for each other. If you have kids, you're doing endless amounts of unpaid labor that socially reproduces the conditions of life. If you don't, you're also doing other endless labor, and you might have more time to agitate for justice for everyone, alongside being an aunt or an uncle or a friend to younger people. We need everyone's efforts all together. My ultimate answer to Vance, beyond shut the fuck up, you fascist clown, is that if parents and non-parents started to express real solidarity, patriarchal culture would lose some of its emotional smugness. And it needs all of those superior feelings it can muster because its logic and morality is always garbage.